what's good? It's your boy Deucespeaks,
It's your boy, Jason Alexander.
and we are the Clearly Confused podcast where we are unscripted, unfiltered, and probably off topic. Jay, what's happening with you, baby?
Ain't nothing, man. Just chilling, man. Just chilling. How you living, man? What's good your way, man? I see you got a whole new setup going on, man. What you got
Man,
going on now?
I'm living that hotel life tonight. I'm just want everybody to know this is the dedication that you get from the Clearly Confused podcast.
That's
Packing
right.
all my shit up just to make sure we didn't have to miss a week.
Right.
Providing you that Clearly Confused wonder.
Yes. That is
But nah,
all
man.
correct.
Oh yeah. Now I'm out traveling. I'm in Morgantown, West Virginia.
Okay.
So all the mountaineers out here, literally, like I was watching yesterday, outside the hotel windows, like literally it's right here where West Virginia's baseball stadium is. They got a nice little stadium too.
Okay.
So I'm sitting in the bed watching, chilling and shit. I'm looking out the window, just watching them practice baseball and shit. I was like, hell, I might need to catch me a game or something while I'm over here.
Right.
But
True that.
no, it's good though, man. I will say I don't know if I've said it on here before or not, but I'll say it again. I'm not a huge West Virginia fan.
Right.
I'm not a fan of this state. It's no offense to people. I'm from Kentucky. You know what I'm saying? We get all the rural shit too, but there's something about West Virginia just very different from a lot of states. Now, I will say being here in Morgantown is my favorite part of West Virginia just because it doesn't fit the norm of most West Virginia. It's a little bit on the outside of the scale. They even got weed out here in Morgantown. Well, it's you can smoke recreational out here. The
Gotcha.
city approved it, so can't talk up in a lot of places in West Virginia, but there are some cities that'll let you do it. And Morgantown being one of them, probably because it's a college town and close to PA.
Yeah.
But
Right.
no, man, it's glad to be on, man. I'm glad to have this setup though, man. Like I was telling you offline, man. I ain't had to do this kind of setup in shit 3 years. It's actually, you know what's crazy? It's almost 3 years to the date because I was at the Clearly Confused. I said Clearly Confused. The Black Effect Podcast Festival in Atlanta,
Okay.
Georgia. I was with my boy Don. Shout out Don. My man
Right.
Coach Steph. He was out there with us, and we kind of just did like we did a little live recording. It's the one and only time I've done a live recording of a podcast, like in person.
Yeah.
So that's the only reason I had this set up. My bag has literally been sitting here since that trip with all my extra equipment on there. So
Okay.
it's funny, but we are here, man. I'm glad to be
Right.
on. So let's go ahead and kick this baby off with these mental health check-ins. And I can go ahead and kick it off for us this week.
All right.
I'm gonna put myself. I'll say probably about a 7.6.
Okay.
Was a good week so far. I know it's only Wednesday, but made it through the middle of the week. It's been pretty good. Actually had my boss. He shadows me every blue moon, so he was out here with me today. It was a good day. Got
Okay.
to see all that's wonderful about me. But no, it was good, man. It's just I've been busy as hell, so I've actually been super overwhelmed the last couple of days. So today's actually been good. It kind of a little bit slow down on some shit. I'm definitely gonna try
Right.
to relax as much this weekend, but no, man, I'm just feeling good, man. I'm on just a little cruise control right now. Where you at, man? How you feeling?
All right. I'd say this week I am wearing my mental health check-in. Shout out Randy Moss, 8.4.
Mouse.
Yes. That's where we're sitting at this week. 8.4, man. It's been a good week, man. It wasn't nothing crazy popped off at work. Had a colonoscopy today, and that all came back looking good. Everything's looking good there.
Nice.
So
Nice.
that was good. Got my nice 2-hour nap in, man. Best sleep in the world. Got that Michael Jackson sleep. Hope it ain't too soon
man.
to say that, but that's what it was.
As long as it ain't
was,
permanent, sleep is good.
Yeah, man. Shit was love, man. Shit was love. Ain't nothing like closing your eyes and then you open them back up and they're like, all right, you can go home. It's like, man, that shit is great. Shit is great.
Hell
So
yeah.
so if you're my age, go get your colonoscopy. It'll be the best nap you've ever had. I promise you that. And you can tell them that I sent you. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
But But yeah, going to Thurby tomorrow with my best friend from college, man. Double date, me and the
Nice.
wife. We're gonna hook up with him and his fiance, hang out at Churchill Downs all day, bet on the ponies, man, relax. Probably go grab a nice meal afterwards, man.
Mm.
You know, it's Kentucky Derby week in Kentucky, man. So I mean,
Hell
shit,
yeah.
man. It's just a good time, man. It's a good time of the year. I love Derby week. I love all the Derby festivities and whatnot. I enjoy them there. I enjoy them from afar. I just enjoy being from Kentucky when the Kentucky
Mm-hmm.
Derby is popping off, man. You know what I'm saying? Get my bourbon, get my cigar, find me some ponies to bet on, man. What more can you ask for? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So 8.4 with the mental health check-in this week. Probably could be a little higher, but I wanted to shout out my dog Randy Moss, and just be
Hey,
like that sometimes. So
it be like that, man. How's the weather out there?
Uh, so we got rain the last couple days. It had been
Mm-hmm.
nice, man. It had been real nice, but we got rain the last couple days, so it's cooled off a little bit. It's in the lower 60s today, but it's still nice. So I ain't complaining. Tomorrow it's supposed to be like 64 degrees and sunny all day in Louisville. So shit,
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking forward to a good time, man. Looking forward to some nice weather tomorrow. Like I said, good atmosphere, man. Good ambiance, hanging out with my favorite people, man. Shit, life is good, man. Life is
Yeah,
good.
you don't get no better than that. I think y'all seen all this rain and shit, man. Been raining nonstop all
Yeah,
week, man. Ugly. The weather done dropped cold as shit too, man. I'm like, damn, where the hell this come from?
right.
But we definitely needed some rain. We barely had any rain, boy, in April. It's crazy.
Yeah, same here, man. We were going through the drought as well.
But nah, man, that's good. Oh, real quick, I had a question on your colonoscopy. Do you
Yeah,
ever have you ever woke up? Was it usually your wife there when you wake up?
yeah.
Have you ever had one of the moments? I'll be seeing them in the videos and stuff all the time. People wake up saying crazy shit, doing because they all loopy and shit. You ever have any of them experiences after
I
that?
did after my hernia surgery, man. My wife had a ball laughing at me after my hernia surgery because she said I was off the hook when I woke up, man. I don't remember none of the stuff I said in there.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember a lot, but she said I was talking their heads off and I was not afraid to say what was on my mind. So I was like, hell, when you get
Sound like a
loopy,
regular
Jason,
day.
yeah, when you get loopy, Jason, ain't no telling what's gonna come out my mouth. So but I know I was feeling really, really good after my hernia
Mm-hmm.
surgery, man. So, but I definitely had that. I know I definitely had that moment because she still talks about that to this day.
I ain't mad at it. Yeah, I had a colonoscopy once. I told you, and my homegirl that picked me up, she had recorded me because she was just laughing. I'm one of the people. I'm gonna say some crazy shit in
Yeah.
general. So, like you said, give me on some of that good ass juice, that good old cocktail they give you. Yeah, I'm
Mm-hmm.
flowing after that shit. I woke up saying all
Yeah.
kinds of funny, crazy, just random ass shit. I was like,
Yeah.
oh Lord, I was scared to watch the video. I was like, oh, I don't know if I want to watch this shit or not.
Uh,
Oh
oh
man,
shit.
but no, that's good, man. I'm glad got some good stuff coming up this weekend and stuff, man. Do want to give a
Right.
shout out before we get going to my oldest daughter, Serenity. She
Mm-hmm.
did make our Cosmos in track, so top of the line for track, invite only kind of type thing. So she's running
All right.
Saturday. She just killed it in invitational to even get there. Doing
Right.
middle school track. So yeah, she killing it right now, man. Just want to shout her out, man. I'm super proud dad. She been doing track, softball at the same time, keeping her grades up. I mean, you can't ask for more from your kid, man. So
Right, man.
I
You're right.
definitely just gotta shout her out one time for the one time.
Right.
But let's
Shout out Serenity. All right then.
yes sir, yes sir. But let's go ahead and jump into these into these topics. And I'm
Yeah. Oh
laughing
yeah.
because just this first one, man, it's just I've been hearing so much this thing can go all over the place.
Yeah,
Um,
man. Yeah.
so
I
for
had to go
those,
to I had to go to Wikipedia to do some research.
yeah,
So I was like, and then I got to Wikipedia and I felt like I was like, okay, this is gonna be a rabbit hole I could jump down. I'm gonna have to jump down this
yeah,
rabbit hole.
oh, you could go all over the place with this shit.
Yeah, man.
So first thing for everybody, we're gonna get into this White House Correspondents Dinner shooting. I'm gonna put some air quotes on assassination attempt, just because
Mm-hmm.
we don't really know. We're in this climate right now. We have no idea what is true. We'll talk about it a little bit more because I've been hearing arguments on both sides from folks. But at the end of the
Okay.
day, we just legit have no idea what is true
None
anymore.
whatsoever. We don't know. We don't know, man. You know?
Yep.
And before we get started, that's the sad part about it. You know,
It is.
somebody really could be trying to kill this man, but
Mm-hmm. And
there's
we have
gonna
no
be
idea.
we just don't know.
Yep.
That's where we're at right now in society. We don't know what's real and what ain't. So you know, it's gonna be what it's gonna be.
Gonna be what it's gonna be. Absolutely. So just as always, clearly confused style. We'll give you the facts real quick. So this happened on April 25th. So we just a few days out. Took place at the Washington Hilton. And it's a correspondence dinner. Usually, what we see with these dinners in the past is usually like normally it's like a roast session. You
Right.
get some comedians and shit like that. It's always a fun, laughable time. You know, let the president get clowned on.
Mm-hmm.
Trump does not like that kind of shit. He don't want no
Nope.
jester in the court. He actually hired, which I hate. It's my dog, Oz the Mentalist. I hate the whole thing for him because that's my man. He always puts on a good show. I love watching his stuff.
Right.
But this is actually the first one Trump has ever attended. He usually doesn't attend the White House Correspondents Dinner. I guess he don't like to sit up there and get roasted.
Well, you know the last one he attended before this one was, don't you?
Which one?
That was the one when Obama roasted his ass, and that's the one that allegedly triggered him to run for president.
Oh yeah. You know what? I have heard that before. That
Yeah,
was what
yeah.
triggered him to run for president. We don't know how true that is, but I've definitely heard that. I've definitely heard that
Yeah,
before.
definitely heard it before. He's petty enough to do it.
That's
And
why I'm like, yeah, it's definitely a possibility.
and we know one thing's for sure: Obama roasted his motherfucking ass at that dinner. Boy, he roasted his ass.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, I get it. You know, I get it. If that's what spurred him to say, you know what, I'm gonna put these Negroes in their place.
Yep. Knowing him, I wouldn't doubt that for a second.
Yep.
It is crazy. It's the first one Trump is attended as president, and shit, somebody tried to smoke him out the gate. I mean, it's not funny. I ain't trying to laugh at somebody about to get killed. All jokes aside, man, I'll never stand for like political violence or anything like that. It's just not.
Right.
You can hate Trump, disagree with him, whatever you need. You ain't got to kill somebody, man. The same thing like with Charlie Kirk and all that. Like, come on, yeah. I mean, you should never get to that point. But some people just snap and get there. We'll hit on that a little bit as well too. So during the event, an armed suspect charged through a U.S. Secret Service security checkpoint outside the black tie dinner with a 12-gauge shotgun, pistol, multiple knives, and extra ammo. Secret Service moved Trump and other dignitaries out immediately. I'm not even going. I don't even really agree with that last statement. Just because that shit was not immediately. And one, I didn't understand why they went for J.D. Vance first, got him up out of there, took their time getting to Trump. He done fell and everything. The shit was crazy. I was like, what the hell going on here?
Right. And then he stood behind the curtain and watched. You know.
So the man behind the curtain. So surveillance footage reviewed by the Washington Post shows a Secret Service officer drawing his weapon within 2 seconds of Allen's arrival at the checkpoint. I just briefly watched that video. That motherfucker was moving, boy. That boy
Right.
Allen was moving.
Hey, Trump said he could play in the NFL.
Yeah, for real, that motherfucker was going, boy. Let's see. Arrival at the checkpoint. Officers then seen firing 4 times, including in the direction of other security personnel as Allen is rushing past. According to the Washington Post review, there is no indication in the footage that Allen ever fired his weapon, though Wenday's motion alleges a U.S. Secret Service officer saw him discharge it. So we already got some conflicting reports going on here. The number one thing I did see was that a Secret Service agent was shot, and kind of the main thing I've been seeing around it was it might have been friendly fire. And it's like, oh god. And y'all wonder why people don't believe shit. You know what I'm saying?
Like, how does that happen? How does a Secret Service agent shoot another Secret Service agent when you think the president is being assassinated?
How does somebody even get to that point with all these guns to even get to the checkpoint? In D.C.,
I don't
know if people seen that.
Attended the dinner, Simone Sanders, I think it was. She said that the security at this White House Correspondents event was the lowest amount of security that she's ever witnessed at any event that the president was going to be at. And she's talking any president, whether it's Trump, Biden,
I
Obama.
did hear her
She
say
said
that.
the security, yeah, she said the security was the lowest ever. And you have to wonder why the security would be so low at an event like this out in the public with the president of the United States.
His first
You know what
time
I'm saying?
going as president.
Yes, and this is not the first attempt on his life, so you would think that security would be a little bit higher. And last I checked, we were still at war with Iran, so you would think security
would be
want to make sure he's taken care of. Truthfully, we're at war, and you would think they wouldn't have had the correspondence dinner to begin with. But that's neither here nor there. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You know, the war becomes a sideshow from time to time.
That's secondary, man. We gotta get this
Which
ball
is
rolling
crazy. Which is
first.
crazy. I read about 6 soldiers getting killed before we came on the air. I was reading about that.
And you don't see none of that shit in the news, man.
No,
like that.
man.
That ain't getting pushed nowhere. That shit's because I ain't even hear about that. That's sad as hell, man.
The survivors of the attack are blaming Hexit. I read it, and I'm going off memory. And if I'm not mistaken, they were sent somewhere in Kuwait where they were told, "Don't go." You know what I'm saying? Like they got a warning, "Do not go." It's a bad area, and y'all are not going to be safe there. And they were sent there anyway. 6 of them died, and the survivors are blaming Hexit. Now that's what I read. How true it is, we don't know because that's the world we live in now, where we don't know what's real and what ain't. But either way it goes, there's a story out there saying this is what's going on. So you would think that with that going on, that would be something that we want to get to the bottom of. But, you know, I guess that only applies when it's Hillary Clinton and Benghazi. So, you know.
That shit is crazy, man. Yeah, I hate hearing shit like that.
Yep.
I don't know. But I'm with you, man, on all those points on why security you would think, I mean, war alone would be a reason of why you should have the maximum security. If you're going to have the event at all, you need to have security through the ass, boy.
Yeah.
And you've had what? Would this be the third attempt on Trump's life?
Well, according to Wikipedia, it's about the 17th or 18th, but you know.
Of course it is. Yeah.
But there's three that we know of, and then there's a whole bunch more on Wikipedia that we never knew of, apparently. So you know,
and this was, I don't know if it's the largest, but it was one of the largest dinners. About 2,600 people.
That's insane.
Yeah, were present for this dinner. So again, even more reason. The whole thing is just like it. I keep running into this where I'm like, is it that Secret Service is just not equipped enough, or like they done fell off or something, or is it an inside thing and they want his ass to get smoked? I don't know.
I don't know, man. But to go on what you're saying there, I've had those same thoughts, man. Because we know when the Secret Service was protecting Barack Obama, them motherfuckers was working overtime. You know what I'm saying? We already know that there was at least 11 attempts on Barack Obama's life when he was president. At least 11. And that's all that we know of. You know what I'm saying?
That we know of, yeah.
You can go find them documented 11 attempts and read on each attempt. But again, that's only what we know of. You know what I'm saying? How does the Secret Service go from where they were competent in protecting him, the first black president of the United States of America, for 8 years, and now all of a sudden they can't protect Donald Trump? Now, I don't understand that. I don't understand it at all, and I don't know from where I sit who to point the finger at. You know what I'm saying? I just don't know what's going on, man, and none of it seems to make any sense at all whatsoever.
It doesn't make sense, man. Like, I even think about like Secret Service back in 2013 when I graduated college, and we had Michelle Obama come to EKU, and she was the guest speaker. And the Secret Service at that motherfucker was so damn tight and crisp over the First Lady being there. They showed me parts of EKU I didn't even know existed. You know what I'm saying? I was like, where the hell are we going? Because I got to meet her as a military student. I got to meet her because she was there. EKU was the, at the time, they were the #1 military-friendly public university in the country. So that's why she came, because she had her initiatives with, getting military back involved and stuff like that, veterans. So EKU was the #1 school for vets at that time. So that's why she did our graduation commencement. All the, veterans, soldiers, shit like that, we got to meet her. I'm talking about that shit was jam tight, boy. It was crazy how tight that was. To me, that seemed tighter than this damn White House Correspondents Dinner. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, there ain't no way in hell anybody was going to be bringing anything at EKU for graduation with all that shit locked down the way it was. So to see this was like, how's a college graduation got more shit than this damn thing right here with the damn president's at, the vice president? You can, man, everybody get waxed in there, and you just destroyed our whole cabinet, man. Like, it's crazy, dog.
What was the name of that TV show? Designated Survivor.
Exactly. Yep. It's where we would have been.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't
That's
know.
exactly where we would have been. So yeah, there's conflicts with who shot, what, and another thing on top of the shooting and shit. This motherfucker is alive. Come on now. That blows my. Ain't no way in hell this man should be alive. This is a real thing.
Man, no.
You ain't gonna let this man live. I've seen cops take out people for less.
Reality. Everything about it. You telling me
black man?
Yeah, it's exactly. You telling me a black dude stormed Donald Trump's White House Correspondent Dinner. Apparently, he had a gun on him.
Guns.
Had a gun.
Plural.
Gun. Yeah, guns, ammo,
and knives.
The man was ready. What he was ready for, we don't know, but he was ready. But again, we got a black dude in the proximity of the president of the United States of America, and somehow he manages to still make it out of there alive. Now, I don't know, man. This shit defies logic, man. Defies logic.
It really does. So let's get into the suspect.
You would have thought that they would have had a field day opening fire on that motherfucker.
Boy, and it would have been justified as shit. You know what I'm saying? When you can do it justified, you don't do it. Yeah. That shit is crazy.
the one time black folks would have been like, damn, probably deserve that one.
Yeah, it is what it is. Yeah,
you know better than that one, young buck. But I don't know, man. I don't know.
Let me see. I thought I wrote his name down. I didn't get his name.
I had it.
You got his name? I know his last name is Allen, I believe.
Like Cole Nathan Allen or something like that?
Yeah, something like that. He's a 31-year-old man from Torrance, California. He is facing a possible sentence of life in prison and a mandatory minimum sentence of 10 years in prison for an attempted assassination of the president.
Damn.
Yeah, I don't know what is. I thought I wrote his name down. That's my bad.
That's all good. I get it. Internet's right here. Shit.
You good. He has not yet entered a plea in the case yet. What I'm hearing is that again, who knows how true this is. Overwhelmingly had manifestos, just overwhelmingly amount of evidence piled up against him. So there was a set of allegedly pre-scheduled emails sent minutes before the attack. To give you some unusual insight into the motivations behind what is alleged to be his botched attempt on his life. They said that he wrote, "I am no longer willing to permit a pedophile, rapist, and traitor to coat my hands with his crimes." And then he outlined a set of rules to follow during the attack and shit like that, which, I don't know, this shit be sounding weird to me. Like, if I'm going to go do something, I don't need to make a whole story about it. You know what I'm saying? I don't need to write a book.
Right.
I'm just going to go out there and do that shit.
I'm not going to send an email telling y'all what I'm getting ready to do before I do it.
Yeah. Hey, just in case y'all wondering, I'm on the way right now to come smoke.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And
be ready.
How out of all the stuff that he's going to be mad about, how he's not going to mention how racist the motherfucker is? It's like, come on, brother. It's like, man, come on, dude. I mean, if you're going to be the black dude who's going to go assassinate the president, play your part properly. Shit. Stupid. Cole Thomas Allen. That's his name.
Cole Thomas Allen. Who was interviewing Trump recently? Was he on 60 Minutes or something? And they was reading this off. And Trump was saying something like, "I ain't a pedophile, rapist, and nothing like that." And she was like, "Oh, you think he's referring to you?" I was like, he made himself look bad. I was like, "Oh, she ain't let that shit go." Yeah, he walked right into that. I was like, "Yeah, but you should shut your ass up." Oh man, that shit had me weak, man.
He didn't know what to say. He just had to ignore it and keep it moving.
Yeah, he did. This shit was dumb as hell. So again, this all falls back into our usual. We don't know what to believe. The reason why we don't know what to believe is one, like we said before, why that motherfucker's still alive. A black man runs in here, does all this crazy shit. One, how to even get close enough to run through a checkpoint. I mean, if you look at him, he clearly looks like he's up to some crazy shit. He got a bunch of weapons and shit on. There's no disguising that this man's up to no good. You ain't no second guessing. If I saw him on the street, I'm gonna assume this man is up to no good my damn self. So I don't know how a trained Secret Service, who should have perimeters, you're not just checking at the gate, you doing perimeters. And you checking well in advance. He should have been stopped even before he even got close to that damn checkpoint. He should have had one in his chest, to be honest with you.
Yes.
So first and foremost, that's a reason why. One, I just can't wrap my brain around why you would go for the vice president first. It just watching the video, I'm like, this shit looks like some elementary style security here. I'm like, shit just don't look professional grade to me, especially for a Secret Service protecting our president. That shit don't look good at all. Like, that looks horrible. A lot of people didn't get down. After all this ruckus, I seen clip one dude still just sitting there, everybody running and shit. He's sitting there eating his damn salad.
Yeah.
Just chilling like shit. I don't know what the hell y'all on, but I'm on a good time. They show Dana White from UFC. He ain't moving nothing like that. He's just chilling, whatever. So it's like,
you see the Shane McMahon memes?
Nah.
He was there with his mom, of course, and they were standing up. And Shane's just standing there, stone faced, and the meme says, Shane McMahon knows a work when he sees one.
Oh shit! Hell yeah, he definitely does. He probably like, damn, good performance.
That's a good performance. Yeah. And I still can't get over the picture of Trump standing behind the curtain, looking out, watching everything take place. That shit tripped me out. I was like, maybe he really does have dementia or something like that going on, where he's just like, they might be trying to kill me, but I'm gonna sit out here and I'm gonna watch. You know what I'm saying? Something's going on. I'm gonna watch. Yeah, don't worry about me. I'm the president of the United States. Don't worry about me.
Yeah, I know they trying to kill me, but I need to see what's going on out here.
I need to see what's going on out here. I'm gonna peek around this curtain real quick. I was rolling when I saw that.
That shit is crazy, man. I saw like some people are saying, all right, we need to stop saying that this is a fake attempt, which I get. Some people are like, look, some people are just really fed up. You know what I'm saying? They're like, some people are just really pissed off they've gotten to this breaking point. Because, like, when you look at this guy, like, if you just look at this man that did it, Allen on paper, you wouldn't think he would do something like this. You know what I'm saying? Like, obviously, we don't know him personally or nothing like that, but just looking at him on paper, he doesn't fit that mold of crazy, let me go assassinate a president type guy. He's 31 years old, young. I think he had a good career, stuff like that.
Yeah, wasn't he like a respected teacher or something like that?
Yeah, it was, I don't know. For the life of me, I don't understand that one. Some people are saying that the Secret Service and shit like that is just poor because of Doge layoffs and cuts and stuff like that, and that we don't have top tier people anymore. And I saw something too that they said TSA was actually doing security as well too at some of those, at the checkpoints and stuff, which I thought was interesting. I don't know why TSA would be there, but I guess so.
I mean, that would explain some things anyway. There'd be a valid explanation as to why security might have seemed as lax or more lax than before, because you got folks that just ain't got that kind of experience with that kind of security, doing the security. I mean,
but that kind of goes back to like, why the hell is TSA handling the White House Correspondents Dinner checkpoint? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I can say for 100% fact, because I went through TSA training, you ain't prepped for no shit like that. Boy, if people really knew what TSA motherfuckers do and shit like that, y'all would not feel that damn safe. If y'all knew, and it came out in a report in DC a few years back, they used to do these, we used to call them like red teams or some shit like that, and they would come through with like actual like explosives and shit. just to see if they can get them through. The motherfuckers get through almost every goddamn time. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I'll let people know right now, TSA is a deterrent. You know what I'm saying? It is a deterrent to scare people from doing shit. Do not rely on them motherfuckers. They ain't got guns and shit for a reason. You know what I'm saying? That kind of training is not meant to be protecting no damn. What they gonna do? They can't shoot nobody.
Shit, I tell you what they gonna do. They gonna run. They gonna run too.
Man.
Done. Shit, I'm gone.
Boy, if I was still at TSA and I was working at dinner and shit, I'd have been and took off on that shit. Boy, I'd have sprinted about that motherfucker. Oh, I ain't better sit here and die for none of y'all motherfuckers. Shit. Hell nah.
I keep thinking of Friday After Next when Mike Epps was like, that's why I asked you for them flashlights.
Yeah. I kid you not, dog. If something goes down in the airport and like there was like a serious situation or something, we are trained to call the police like everybody else in every other situation. TSA, yeah, they got a badge or whatever, and you're technically considered a federal officer. You ain't got no weapons training. You ain't got no close combat training. You are trained on how to look through people's luggages and pat them down and make sure they don't sneak weapons and shit on. And like I said, if you go look up the data, it's not even just me talking. If you go look up the data, these motherfuckers fail these audits consistently. Like, it's not even close. It's consistently. And it really is hard just to see explosives and shit on that X-ray machine. Now, I don't know how much technology has improved with these things since I was doing it, but I'll let you know right then, it is very easy to miss out on some explosives. Now, you're going to see a big-ass gun, knife, or something like that on the damn machine, but explosives and detonators and shit like that looks like every other organic, everyday item in your bag. So, good luck. I hope y'all still feel warm and fuzzy when you go to the airport. Just know people probably ain't getting weapons through, but if they want to bring a bomb, it's easier to bring a bomb than it is to bring like a gun or some shit like that. And
that's crazy.
A lot of people think that the reason, and for that reason, a lot of people think like when they see K9 dogs and shit walk around the airports, I see people get paranoid and shit. I've flown with some people that may not have had some substances on them, and they was nervous as shit seeing them dogs. And I'm like, look, them dogs is only trained for explosives. They not even looking for drugs in the least bit. They there to sniff out explosives and shit because they know that motherfucker at that X-ray machine ain't gonna be able to see that shit when it comes to. Oh man. But with all this being said, man, do you think this is like again, we don't know what's going on. It's just so hard to believe anything at this point. But do you think stuff like this is going to continue happening? Do you think we're just going to get to the point to where we're like, look, this is all bullshit. I'm not believing none of this shit. Because that's kind of what I'm feeling now is that, I mean, people are just clowning this shit immediately. Like, to me, nobody's really taking this serious but politicians. You know what I mean? It only seems like politicians are taking it serious. Nobody else. What do you think?
I think if we could be presented with a situation that seems and feels a little bit more realistic, I think it'll be easier for people to accept what it is they're seeing and hearing and what they're being told. I think it's hard to, I hate to say take this administration seriously, but it's hard to look at the events that happens around this administration and be like, you know, something should be done or something's going on or whatever. Nothing feels legitimate. Nothing ever feels legitimate. So it's hard to have a legitimate feeling about this most recent assassination attempt when you watch how it played out. When you watch how the events played out, it just doesn't seem real, man. And I hate to say it because, you know, an assassination attempt on the president is no joking matter. You know what I'm saying?
No, sir.
It shouldn't be. It should be something we all take seriously. But for whatever reason, it's just not something we take seriously that much anymore. And it's just because of what we're watching, man. It just doesn't seem legit. And it could be legit. It could be real. That dude really could have wanted to kill Trump. And he really could have all that. But good luck convincing a lot of people who don't believe anything that comes out of this administration is real in the first place. So I mean, I have a hard time putting faith in it. I have a hard time believing it's real. But if you if you could give me some more proof or some more validation, then maybe, maybe I can reach that level. But right now, I'm not at that level, man. And it is what it is, man. It just doesn't seem real.
Until Trump can prove to me that a piece of his ear is missing from
Right,
that first little shit, I ain't believing nothing. I'm gonna be all the way
right.
honest with you.
It's hard, man.
After that moment, I was like, I can't. You know what I'm saying? Like,
It's
you didn't
hard,
act
man.
like you didn't got shot in the ear. They done said you got shot, and you ain't even got a damn scratch on your ear now. After you
And
done got shot, that shit should be clean gone.
yeah,
You know
man,
what I'm
like Mike
saying?
Tyson.
Yeah, that shit should be clean gone. Ain't no way you gonna get your shit shot off with a damn rifle and it done grew back or some shit. What the hell are you?
What are we
You got
doing?
shit growing back? Yo, the hell? Shit, you an alien? The hell going on here? I don't know, man. But
I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know. And then you look at how they quote unquote rushed him off the stage at that event. Also, you know what I'm saying?
mhm.
Like, if he gets his ear shot at, you know what I'm saying, or whatever, man, they should have rushed that man and had him on the plane in 2 seconds, man. They was out there bullshitting around. He's up there pumping his fist and shit and whatnot. No, man, you getting shot at, man. Get the fuck off the stage, man. You supposed to
Only
be the leader of the American people. We don't need you shot, son. You're
yeah.
supposed to be leading.
And my
Lead.
thing is this. I don't know if anybody listening has been involved in a shooting, been around a shooting. But when people start shooting, your first natural instinct is to get your ass down. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? To not get hit, not stand up, throw fists, and do all this shit. It's not a normal thing. So if you don't have that normal reaction that majority of people will have, it would kind of lead me to think that this was not a natural thing that happened, and that's why you
Right.
behaved in that manner because you expected it. You know what I'm
And you knew
saying?
your life wasn't in danger.
Yeah. Because if I know this is a play and that somebody's going to shoot at me and it ain't real, hell yeah, I'm going to get up here. They can be like, damn, he brave as shit. That motherfucker over there
Yeah.
beating his chest, telling them pull up, all this shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But if I
Exactly.
know it ain't real, if I know it is real, my ass is on the ground, low crawling to safety like a
Yeah.
motherfucker.
Yeah. Shit. I'm probably crying and shitting on myself.
Yeah, come on, man. I done pissed
It's
all
like,
over the
shit.
place.
What the fuck are we talking about? It's like shit.
Shit is wild, man. Shit is wild.
Shit's
Uh,
wild, man. But,
Now, I appreciate you on that. Let's move into our last topic.
Yeah.
Um, the data center takeover. Like I said, I'm glad we brought this one up since it is kind of affecting. I'll say it probably is affecting. I guess because I know you don't live in Mercer County.
Nah,
I
I
don't.
worked there. Though.
Yeah, you work there. I don't live in the county out here that it's affecting. Is called Botetourt County. It's the
Okay.
county that butts up right next to me in Virginia. And
Okay.
they've just been in a fight. Shout out my boy Aaron. Me and Aaron have been talking about this for a little while now too. Kind of going back and forth, and I've had to change my mind and thoughts on it once I started researching it a little bit.
Yeah.
So to break down data centers to just a common person that doesn't understand what those are, they are becoming one of the biggest invisible issues in America. Most people don't think about them until one is proposed near their town, which is typically the case going on right now. And then it suddenly becomes about power bills. The number one thing you'll see is about power bills, water use, farmland, tax, all this stuff, yada, yada, yada. So what is the data center and why is it needed? So I looked this up to get us a good quote on it. So think of a data center is the physical body for the brain of the internet. While we experience the digital world as invisible waves in the cloud, every single click, stream, and AI prompt requires a physical server to do the actual work. And me and my dad kind of got in a little side hustle about a year ago. There's a place, I don't even remember where it's at, to where they let you actually buy some of these like data center machines. I forgot what it's called. You can buy a machine that they use, and you can even use it for your own private stuff too. So you only have your own little private cloud, shit like that. But you buy it and then you're leasing it out to these companies that use to save their shit on. It's a whole little market for this shit, dog. It's one of them things gonna take off that we like. I'm trying to get in on this before that shit go booming.
Right.
But yeah, that's essentially what it is. So again, people do think, hey, everything's just online on the cloud and shit. everything has to go back to a server. The way we get the shit to go fast, things like that, you got to have a lot of servers. A lot of servers are going to take up a lot of power. So let's jump straight into that aspect of it. Let's hit on the pros of having these data centers. So normal, and this first one right here, this jobs and construction money. So the first time I heard about it, like I said, coming to my neighboring county, I'm like, oh man, that'd be good. I was like, man, they'll get some new jobs. That was the first thing I thought, oh, it's jobs, you know what I'm saying? That's security right there. It's a big open county, so there's plenty of land and shit, so it ain't like it's messing shit up out there looking ugly or nothing. I'm like, oh, this is really good for the people. I'm like, I'm happy to see that. Some other pros are tax revenue. It can attract big tech investment from like companies like Google, Amazon, Microsoft. Those companies are looking for land like crazy to build these data. Every big company like that right now is pumping millions, if not billions of dollars in data centers because they know we have to have this if we want to continue with all this computing power, servers, things like that. We got to have these data centers to be able to store all this stuff to give us that speed and that computing power that we need. And if people, like I said, if people want AI, remote work, streaming, gaming, crypto, this is the infrastructure that is required to be able to do that. So everything we're kind of enjoying now, everything is going back to a data center. We think it's all in this imaginary cloud above us. It ain't. It's in a data center in Mercer County, Virginia, Kentucky, or out here, Botetourt. There's so many little places out here where that data is actually sitting at being stored on a server somewhere. So getting into the cons, again, the number one con for this is power. And the critics push back, and they've been protesting out here. I mean, everything, man. They been sending letters to the military, the government, all kinds of shit, dog. They've been really pissed off going off out here, and I get it now. Before I didn't, but when I actually researched, like, you know, some of the things happening, I'm like, oof, yeah, it's gonna be rough. So power is the number one thing that people are like, look, that's gonna ruin our power grids. It's gonna cause our power to go up as well too, just as everyday consumers, which I'm about tired of my electric bill going up in general. Got me ready to go crazy out here for real.
I bet.
And then water consumption. This was something I didn't even think about, but I should have. So anytime you build these data servers, things like that, I used to be really into like computer engineering type stuff. And I ain't gonna say I'm a computer engineer or anything like that, but I was into it, like learning about it. I did some courses, some classes. Even in high school, I did classes. I built computers and shit in high school as well too in some of these classes. And I understand that you do have to have some cooling power just for like even like your memory stuff in your computer. It has to be cooled off. Like us recording right now, my computer is inside getting cooled. Otherwise, shit is just gonna get too high, overheat everything. All my parts is gonna go out. So it takes a lot to cool off. Even like for some like top gaming computers, you gotta use like liquid nitrogen type shit, little water lines and everything to cool it off because the fan that can't even do it. Just a regular fan ain't gonna cool off those hard drives and shit, those CPU, any kind of power units fast enough. So the fast and gaming computers, the ones that people want to go fast, they have to have like actual like water lines in there cooling their shit off. Otherwise, it's too much processing and it'll just melt everything and cook it. So if you think about a big ass data center somewhere, man, like it's going to take so much. Like out here, that's a huge thing that they're talking about is like, I forgot how much it was, but it was outrageous how much water it's going to take. That's coming from them. You know what I'm saying? That's their water. You know what I'm saying? So it's like the county was very sneaky. They called it like Project Raspberry. They didn't give people much information. By the time they really gave out information, let people know like, yeah, this was Google. We're doing this with Google. Google's got these data centers. Because at first they wouldn't say who it was. They're just like, hey, some data centers are coming. Pretty much, and I'm glad it ain't happening in my county because I got to deal with all this politics and shit. But apparently what happened was the county agreed to all this shit. Yeah, take all this water, use all this power. We don't give a fuck. Just come out here. You know what I'm saying? And didn't run anything by the actual people. So when they presented, of course, the people got pissed off, livid. They protested and shit. But now it's at the point where it's like, it's done. You know what I'm saying? The hands have been shaking, dots have been signed, lines have been
Right.
signed. Like it's over with now. It's going to happen. So that's why they're trying everything in their power to prevent this as much as they can.
Mhm.
So we'll see, man. I'm curious to how it plays out. How's it working out in Mercer County?
So far as I know, as far as I know, it hasn't been approved completely yet, and the residents of Mercer County are fighting tooth and nail to make sure that it doesn't come to Mercer County.
Mm-hmm.
And I get it, man. I get it completely, 100%. The the concern I have is if Mercer County says no. I mean, what happens if Garrett County says yes? You can build it here. You know, the people of
Mm-hmm.
Mercer County will still be undergoing the same thing as if they would have built it there, because a lot of that water is probably going to come from Harrington. So, when you start taking that water out of Harrington, man, shit, at some point that water's not going to be replaced. You know what I'm saying? So, I
Nope.
mean, that's a viable concern I think the people need to have when it comes to the data centers. But, man, I don't know. I know they're fighting tooth and nail, man. You see it on the news all the time down here. At least once or twice a week. One of
Mm-hmm.
the electric news stations is covering what's going on down in Mercer County, and nonstop meetings. Every time you turn around, they're having a meeting down there. Like I said, I haven't come across anybody that I work with who lives in Mercer County who is for the data centers coming. And I'll even say that when our union had negotiations and when it was brought up to them to use AI during the negotiations, they refused to do it because the AI, because you have to use data centers for it. And they're so against the data centers in Mercer County, they didn't want to use AI in the negotiations
To support
because
it, yeah.
yeah. So I mean, the folks are all in. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
My concern, and not necessarily a not Mercer County based concern, but my concern with the data centers overall is I think it's too late, man. I think it's too
Yeah,
late.
it is too late.
I was reading that there's over 4,000 data centers in the United States already.
Mm-hmm.
Hell, I read that Virginia's got more data centers than anybody else in the
I can
United
believe
States
that.
of America.
Hell
And
yeah.
I was
I
like,
can
and
believe
they
that.
said that they got the biggest one in Northern Virginia that they
Yep.
said, and it's like, man, I
They put it
don't.
where they were supposed to be building, where they were supposed to be moving the commanders to, until they got their shit worked out.
Damn.
But yeah, it's a lot going on. And real quick, before we continue with the cons, I had to look it up. So I looked for the early stages. This is what they're predicting for water consumption out here in
Mm-hmm.
Botetourt County, Virginia. It says initial usage is approximately 2 million gallons of drinking water per day. Is how much these
Per
data
day?
centers are going to per day. It says after full expansion, it could take up to 8 million gallons per day if the campus reaches its planned multi-phase capacity. And to put it in perspective, 5 million gallons per day is roughly the amount of water used by a town of 10,000 to 50,000 people.
So, damn. Trying to do that
Yeah.
math real quick. You said 5 million gallons is what a town of 10,000 people will go through.
Mm-hmm. So the treatment
Hey.
plant that, is going to be processing all this water and everything, it says it typically produces between 7 million and 10 million gallons per day. So there's a big capacity concern there too, because clearly that water, they're going to try to direct that water directly to the data centers, and whatever's left is going to go to the people, which is
Right.
insanity. But they have all these agreements and shit. Let me see. Yeah, they have all these agreements and shit in place, and it's kind of damn. And it says the county must contribute 8 million to a fund aimed at developing new water sources for the region. So not only are you getting fucked out of your water, you
Mm-hmm.
gotta go pay and find you some more water somewhere else because the
Mm-hmm.
people in your running your county agreed to this shit and didn't care about it. For whatever reason, they didn't care about it. So yeah, bring your ass on down here. Now I don't know the tax implications in this.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's another one of the cons. Like I said, it's kind of is weird because it was one of the pros is tax revenue, but some states, I believe Virginia's one of them, that they're giving a shitload of tax credits for coming up and setting up a data center. So then it's
Right.
like, damn, I'm not even, you know what I'm saying? They not even paying no goddamn taxes to have all this shit out here. They getting all this shit free, using our water, making us pay to get a new water source. It's like they came set up shop, kicked their shoes off, took a shit, and then just sat there, man. Hey, y'all clean this shit up. Y'all good.
Yeah.
Another thing, farmland. You lose farmland. You lose scenic land is gone because now it's used for data centers. So you're driving past this ugly ass shit now. So Virginia, you talk about Virginia being the biggest, having the most. So Virginia's voter support for new local data centers fell sharply from 69% in 2023 to 35% in 2026. It's a drastic because we're kind of being educated more on what is going on, what's involved, and what are these companies doing? What kind of breaks are they getting? How are they screwing us? And even with like the jobs and shit, yeah, there's jobs being, setting it up and shit. But once it's done, you don't need that many people running a data center like that. It ain't like it's
you just got to babysit it.
Yeah, that's all it is. Babysitting. You ain't really doing much work. You just making sure shit ain't going wrong and putting out fires when they come up. So it's it's wild, man. It's a wild one. I am curious to see. Like I said, kind of to your point, we're too late. You know what I'm saying? We're asking for more and more AI, which is probably the number one driver right now of all this shit. It's because people want that AI. They want faster AI. They want smarter. And you got to realize when you want faster, smarter, more, that means you're going to have more data centers. There's got to be more servers to handle all this shit. More servers going to take more land. So shit, half the country is going to be damn data centers at one point. It's going to be some crazy shit. You can be driving past some farms to see some crazy ass data centers in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, man. Everything's going to look like Indiana.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Hell yes. Oh man, but let's go ahead and wrap these bad boys up. So while we're on this one, what's our takeaway on this this data center takeover that's happening right now?
Well, so my takeaway is, like I said earlier, I think we're too late on the data center explosion, and truthfully, that's probably by design. The people behind the data centers, the corporations, they knew what the data centers would do. They knew what they would do to our resources. They knew what it would take to run them, and they went about strategizing, getting these data centers put up in a way that the people, like you said, it's an invisible issue, and the people had no idea until it was too late. And like you said, we've reached a point to where we need more AI. We need better AI. We need faster AI. The computers need to be faster. We got to have IT support. The cloud has to be supported. Everything that we're doing right now with technology, and this kind of goes back to our previous episode where we were talking about the phones and how we need our phones. These data centers are going to help make sure that our phones are always doing what they're supposed to be doing.
Hell yeah. All that cloud storage you paying for?
That's all data centers, man. So, I mean, unless we all completely decide to go off the grid, which we all know is not going to happen, then I think there's nothing we can do but accept the fact that data centers are going to be a large part of our future. And it's going to be needed, whether we want it or not. It's going to be needed. Hopefully they can figure out something to do with the pollution. Hopefully those are things that they work on, because data centers are destroying the environment. They're going to make your electricity bill go up. Who knows how much? They're going to take away all our water, all our usable water, So there are a lot of things that need to be figured out if these data centers are going to actually be, I guess, a good part of American society. But at the end of the day, I just don't see how they're going to help us out when it comes to the physical earth. But when it comes to technological earth, I mean, we need them. So it's catch-22. What are you going to do?
Yeah, I'm with you. And 100% agree. Yeah, we're just at that point now. That's like, it's too far. We need dip deep in that shit right now. So it is what it is. But at this point where we know all the backlash, all the negative things that come with these, this is when we say, all right, corporations, we know what's going to happen here. We need to hold you accountable right now on, no, you ain't getting no damn tax credits. You gonna be the one, if you need all this water and shit, you gonna be the one responsible for providing this community a new water source. It is gonna be on you as a corporation. You're the one that's needing all this to make more money and shit. Take all that new income you about to get, and you need to pay this shit back to the community that you are robbing of their resources and materials. To me, it's that simple, and it goes back to holding your elected officials accountable. You put these people in place, and especially at this level is where we always stress is the most important, your local shit. And this is a prime example. Like the people of Botetourt County out here, they're fully understanding now I shouldn't have voted for these motherfuckers because they just blindly did some shit that affected us, our livelihood every day. They're going to increase our prices, take our water. Like, it's just going to make life hard for them out there, and they don't get anything back. And now their tax money that should be going somewhere else is now going to be going to pay for a new water source because somebody gave your water source over to another company. Just so the companies just keep making more money. That's all it is. Companies are getting fatter, and your pockets is getting thinner. It's just, it is what it is.
The American way.
It's the American way. We just have to, as citizens, we have to be a little bit more responsible and hold these people accountable for their actions. So what's our takeaway on this quote-unquote assassination attempt at the White House Correspondents Dinner? What you got?
Man, I hate to say it like this. I hope it was real. I hope it was something that that has some legs to it. You know what I'm saying? For the simple fact that I don't want to be bamboozled. I don't want to be hoodwinked. I don't want to be lied to. You know what I'm saying? I want to know that what I'm seeing is what I'm actually seeing. And so far, I just can't say that that's what we've been getting. And this is another example, man. It's just, to me, it's like Pennsylvania times 2. So, you know, I like I said, I hate to say I hope it was real, but I hope it was something that had some legs to it, and that it wasn't no bullshit, that it wasn't a false flag, that it wasn't a staged psyop that they're performing on the American public. I just don't know what to believe anymore. So, you know, I guess at the end of the day, I'm grateful nobody was hurt, and I'm glad no one innocent was lost their life, and that nobody was hurt. You know, that's the most important thing. And at the end of the day, I guess that's all I can be thankful for.
Yep, I 100% agree with that, man. Definitely glad nobody was seriously injured. I know somebody got shot, but it was at the bulletproof vest, so no serious injury or nothing like that. And my essential takeaway, and one thing that we just completely forgot to even bring up, is this damn ballroom. You're making it hard for us to believe you with any of this shit, especially when all you conservatives come out after a president was attempted to get shot, and all you guys do is push for a damn ballroom. This is why we need the ballroom. This is why we need the ballroom. That makes it even more unbelievable. You know what I'm saying? After an assassination, why would your thought be going to, oh, we need to spend all this money on the ballroom? Because there wouldn't have been an assassination attempt if it happened at this ballroom at the White House. No, motherfucker, this wouldn't have happened if you'd have done your job. You know what I'm saying? It don't matter if this was at the White House or not. You still Secret Service. You know what I'm saying? You Secret Service no matter where you're at, whatever building you at. You know what I'm saying? When you take Trump overseas, but, oh, well, we should have done this at the White House. We couldn't protect you out here. No, you're going to protect that motherfucker wherever he's at. He's the president. So my takeaway is this. Quit making this shit. If you want us to believe and stand with, quit making this shit what I consider just blatantly just fake. You know what I'm saying? You're just making it blatantly fake by all the theatrics and how it just happens at certain moments. It's like these weird coincidences that have happened now where you're trying to push for this, and now everybody's screaming out, oh, let's get the ballroom going off. Not, hey, let's figure out how to get Secret Service better trained or get people off weapons, how to get this guy mental health. Let's get people's mental health more serious so we don't have people losing their shit like this. You don't get stuff like that. You got, let's do a ballroom. Like, shut the fuck up. That shit pissed me off, dog. That shit was so stupid.
I can't believe we forgot about that part.
I can't believe we forgot about that one. It just hit me. And I was like, these motherfuckers.
Yeah. If anything, that was a dead giveaway that shit wasn't on the up and up.
That was like the, you know, if you were like teetering on, do I believe this or not? The ballroom put you on that. All right, this is some dumb fake shit. I mean, that immediately was like, it's hard for me to get with this when you say some shit like that right after it happens. You know what I'm saying? That just, it don't make no sense to me. There's already a lot of questionable things that just happened, and then you end with that. All right, I'm done here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. while they're all still at the dinner, all of them at the same time.
Oh man,
Yeah,
All right.
don't run for your life. We got to
Yeah.
get this ballroom.
You get that ballroom player. I appreciate you on the topics and the takeaways, my brother. Let's go ahead and wrap this baby up with our real talker clickbait.
Right.
So this one's an interesting one. This is actually around a meme that's been going around that says every new car in the U.S. will be required by law to have tech that puts constant surveillance on the driver by 2027. It says AI in your car will determine if you're sober and fit to drive, automatically turning off vehicle if it determines you're a danger on the road. So this is one of those ones that's like, it's kind of, there's some half truths in here. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and a lot of people, I just looked up some stuff and I found it on social media too, just to read some comments and stuff. And of course, people, think that, government and stuff's going to be looking at them and shit like that. Essentially what it was, they did come out with something that they were hoping to have done. It's called the Infrastructure Investment and Jobs Act. And the goal of it was to kind of prevent, they always do these to try to make it safer on the roads. So they have this technology that they're working on to put in vehicles to try and prevent you from being able to start and drive your car if you've been drinking and shit. It's not supposed to use cameras. It's supposed to use things like, God, what was it called? Little sensors and things like that. Just to be able to like almost test the air and shit around you, just to check for like alcohol molecules and stuff like that. So I was like, damn, how sensitive would some shit like that be if I done had a beer or
Right.
something? I'm not over the limit. You still gonna smell, I burp in my car. You smell this beer on my breath. You gonna not let me drive home? You know what I'm saying? Let me
Right,
hold my
right.
burp until I get that shit driving. But yeah, it's one that's been kind of infrared is what it's called. It's gonna use infrared. I ain't heard that word infrared in a long ass time.
Right.
And touch sensors to kind of pick shit out like that to kind of see. Let me see what else is going on with this. Yep, so sensors in the cabin or steering column that sniff the air for alcohol molecules using infrared light. No camera needed. So they're implying that ain't nobody gonna be looking at you. It's just gonna be different like sensors and shit, which we already got. People don't realize how many goddamn sensors in their cars right now.
Right.
Things like that. So the goal was to have all this done by January 2027. A lot of people are feeling like your car is gonna start spying on you and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Working in the auto world, I see this shit a lot. I've even been to this NHTSA place that puts out a lot of this shit. That's where they wreck the cars and stuff, test them to make sure they're safe and everything like that. So the goal was essentially, like I said, to prevent drunk drivers and stuff. It's not going to happen just because the technology isn't there yet. I was looking it up, and I'm like, technology is not there that we need to get this thing done. But if it is done correctly, is it a real talk or clickbait that they're going to end up using this shit that's meant for safety to kind of spy on us?
I think right now it's real talk because the government is already talking about it, and the government is already making plans to vote for it and put these things in the vehicles when the time comes for them to be put in the vehicles. So for me, that makes it a real talk because when the government officials are talking about, hey, look, this is what the people are doing. Granted, it becomes a situation where you have to figure out what's real and what ain't once again. But and for me, it's tough because Thomas Massey is the one who's leading it, and I'm not a Thomas Massey guy. Granted, he has come out and become anti-Trump, and there's some other things that I agree with him on, but the Thomas Massey that I know and the Thomas Massey that I remember was a blatant racist and has said all kinds of crazy shit in the past. And until that shit gets cleared up, you're never gonna hear me say that I'm a Thomas Massey guy because Thomas Massey don't like Jason Alexander. So if Thomas don't like Jason, Jason don't like Thomas. And that's just the way it's gonna be. But at the end of the day, he's making a lot of sense on what he's saying on the fact that we cannot allow something like this to happen. And granted, his disgust and his angst was at his Republican brethren. At the end of the day, he's still speaking some shit on it. So for me, it's a real talk. But I'm grateful to know that that the technology ain't ready yet and whatnot. My concern will be when that technology is ready, what is the government going to do to protect its humans? And when I say protect, I don't mean put that shit in the vehicles to protect us. I mean keep that shit out the vehicles to protect us. So it's one of the ones we're just gonna have to wait and see how it goes on down the road. I don't like it, man. I don't like it at all. I don't want to be spied on in my car. And at the end of the day, if I keep my 2014 car, is it going to be all right, or is that something that they're going to add to it on down the road as well? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that is interesting. Usually how they kind of do it with like certain ones, like they used to have, which Trump completely changed all that shit. They used to have cafe laws that would be like, hey, starting this year, like there was one, it was like starting by, I don't know, let's say 2030, all cars need to be at 40, all brand new cars have to have 45 miles per gallon or more. That was a cafe law, and that's why there was always this strong push for electric vehicles. That's what really started that push for electric vehicles. Was like, hey, they're mandating us to do 45 miles per gallon, and I'm just throwing that number out there. It was somewhere around that though. Might be 45 to be honest, but they're saying, hey, 45 miles per gallon or more for every new vehicle made 23 model and newer. So it wouldn't affect all the old shit or anything like that. You wouldn't have to do nothing to the old stuff. But all the new shit that comes out has to have it. Otherwise, it won't be compliant.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so I don't think that would play out to where they'd make you change something. But again, who knows what the hell the country's going to look like by the time technology and that shit comes out.
You know what I'm saying?
But I will say I agree, and I do say it is a real talk. And simply because everything that they make that has any kind of tracking, location, anything, they are using it against us. It don't
That's
matter.
a great point.
They've proven it. I forgot dude's name, the whistleblower that showed that they was using all of our phone data and shit like that illegally to spy on us and shit like that.
Smart TVs and all that.
Yeah, they've proven they're gonna do this shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't care. I still don't give a damn what anybody says. I can watch a million videos saying it ain't true. You can't sit here and tell me that shit don't pop up on your phone after you've been talking about it. You can't sell me that. I don't care. They'll always say, "Oh, it does this. It's going based off here." Motherfucker, there's been so many one-offs where I've said something completely random that I ain't Googled or looked up or nothing, and the next time I get on Instagram, that's the first thing that pops up on my shit. I don't believe none of that shit. I live a life.
It takes less than 30 minutes nowadays.
Oh, absolutely. I literally live a life to where I assume I'm constantly under surveillance. You know what I'm saying? I literally always feel like I'm constantly being watched. It doesn't put fear in me or nothing like that. I'm just more aware of what I do. I make sure I don't put any crazy things in writing. I make sure I don't put any crazy things in video or anything like that, because I'm assuming somebody is always listening to me. I'm assuming somebody always reading my shit. So I'm always very cautious of what I might put in, especially in writing. You know what I'm saying, on my devices.
Oh, yeah. Shit, I talk to them like that.
Yep. Hell yeah. But yeah, man, so I think it's real talk is one, I just don't trust our government, and anything they can use against us, they will use against us, starting with some shit like that. And I'm not going to sit here and downplay and act like drunk driving isn't an issue or anything, but to me, it's not that big. I don't want to say this and just downplay drunk driving or anything like that, but it is not, to me, a thing that will require you to start putting stuff in vehicles to make sure people ain't drinking. You know what I'm saying? Because even think about it now, drinking is actually going down.
Yeah, that's what
Gen Z does not drink nearly as anybody else. You know what I'm saying? So the generations are slowly. I'm probably the last generation. Us millennials, the last one still drinking like that. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Oh yeah.
Gen Z and below, they not drinkers like that. The alcohol and tobacco industry is hurting because these motherfuckers don't want to do all that shit. So if the data is showing people are drinking less, that means there's going to be less drunk drivers. So why would I need to put this in my vehicle? Why does it need to be in vehicles if people are drinking less? If anything, you need to put some shit in there. I don't want you to, but you need to put some shit in there for smoking weed. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what's going up. People are consuming more cannabis and the alcohol is going down. So to my thought process would be, okay, we need to focus on not having people high driving. You know what I'm saying? I don't want that shit in my car because my shit probably never start up because it's always gonna smell some weed on me. My shit be like, come on, bro, you know I can't start. I'm like, damn, I just smoked. You know what I'm saying? I ain't even smoke in here. They're like, nah,
Right.
man, we smell that shit all on you. You got it coming out your pores. We know your ass. My
Oh,
shit
shit.
wouldn't even move. But no, man,
Mm-mm.
I think it's real talk. Just because, I don't trust this government. I'll never trust the
Right.
government, to be honest with you. It don't
Right.
matter. I ain't never gonna trust the government. And I'm always gonna assume I'm getting spied on. I always assume somebody's going through my messages. And some parts of me, I always say, I don't care. I'm
Right.
assuming you're doing it anyway.
Right.
If I've always thought if you're gonna do it, at least do it to prevent some shit from happening. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you
Mm-hmm.
were going through some shit, you probably would have saw that this dude was gonna come up there and shoot up the damn correspondence dinner. You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
So
y'all missed that.
yeah, I don't know. You
We
missed
sent
that. If
out
y'all doing
emails.
all the surveillance, yeah, this motherfucker. Y'all got whole Epstein Island. Everybody in Epstein shit sending emails and shit like that. Like, what the
Mm-hmm.
hell is going on? Everybody putting all this shit, dirt and emails, and everybody, oh, we didn't know, motherfucker. We know y'all spying on everything. Y'all just skip that section, huh?
Right.
But nah, everybody listening, just live your life assuming that everything is being watched.
Mm-hmm.
Anytime you turn location on for anything, you just open that up for everything. A lot of people assume that, oh, yeah, just use location for this. If you're using Waze, that means you got location turned on your phone. Any kind of GPS and shit, you got location turned on. Once it's on for one thing, it's on for everything. Even though it says it ain't on your phone, it's on for every goddamn thing. So just
Yep.
know that. They can always see you. That's why you'll find my iPhone is always on there. It can always find your shit. Because they
Yep.
are always tracking whether you want that shit on or not. They can always track you at the end of the
Yep.
day.
They are
They can,
tracking.
yep. But no,
Hey, I
man.
know one thing. If
Go
they're
ahead.
gonna put surveillance in my car, I want them to make sure that when I go through every 30 days or 60 days or 100 days with no accidents or nothing, no issues, my shit goes down.
Take it down.
Take my shit down for all my good shit. I want to be rewarded. If you're gonna watch me drive good and then
Yep.
reward me for driving good. If you ain't gonna do that, then I don't want that shit. I don't want it anywhere near me.
I ain't mad at it. I ain't mad at it. But now, man, appreciate you.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate you. And as always, you've been listening to the Clearly Confused podcast with like your group chat, but with better audio. And always remember, if you need us to clear up anything, want us to hit on anything, reach out to us. Hit us up on our socials. Check us
Yes.
out on YouTube so
Yeah.
you can watch us live. If you're one of the people that you like to see us, we on here looking beautiful every week.
Right.
Come see us, man. I love hopping on here, seeing Jason's beard every week. It gives
Just
me
got it.
motivation to know that
Came
I'm
back from the
stuck.
barbershop.
Yep. So yeah, man, just check us out. Like, subscribe on YouTube, man. Follow us on IG, man. We appreciate the love y'all send to us.
Mm-hmm.
The views, man. Y'all really been showing out for us. So let's keep
Yes.
this
Yes.
going.
Keep it
Um,
going.
keep it going, man. And we'll catch y'all next time. Peace.
Peace.